What is going on, boys and girls of YouTube? Getting back into a series I haven't done for a couple months. We have a big influx of new players coming in, or at least trying the game, maybe not staying, but trying the game. So I want to get back and do these top 5 jungle, top 5 everything. We're doing jungles today, but top 5 mid, solo, ADC, all that stuff. I'm recording 2 to 3 of these today, and then 2 to 3 tomorrow, so they'll all go up, kind of like back to back to back to back to back to back. So that's there. That information is gonna be out there. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you are watching the videos, make sure you're liking them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, please. Takes all of 2 seconds and goes a long way. So that being said, I just want to get right into this. I don't want to waste y'all's time too much. We're going to talk about what the god is, why they are where they are, and kind of what they excel at. Builds, smitesource.com, smitesource.com. It's my website. We look at pro builds and we kind of break them down, give them to you on the website for you to use, and then explain alternating items, or if you need to swap stuff out for anti-heal, and kind of what your goal is with the build. So get into it. Number 5, I'm gonna work my way from 5 to number 1. Number 5 on the list is Dodgy. You're seeing Dodgy played a lot at all levels of ranked and casuals. Remember, this is a lot based on ranked and casual. Competitive Smite is very different. I've had to explain this a couple times. Competitive Smite is played around perfect communication, perfect positioning, and perfect awareness of where to be and what to do all the time, and then perfect synergy between the team and every role playing right. That is not you will never play in a game like that. You will never have a casual or a ranked game ever at any level that plays like a professional game. So professional play is very important and helps you learn, but the very detailed specific parts of it will never be mimicked. So think of that when I'm breaking down these top 5 gods. Dodgy's number 5 on our list. Dodgy's great because there are a lot of gods without CC immunity in their kit that won't be building beads, or they'll be able to burn the beads. So Dodgy's ult comes into a big play there. Dodgy's ability to one-shot late game is still there as well with a full ability build. Ability builds are doing well again. It's not just auto attack gods that are killing it. So you're able to engage, ultimate up. After you jump in, you blink in, whatever, you do your full combo, you kill somebody, or you almost kill somebody, then you ult. Nobody can target you for 6 seconds or whatever it is. I think it's 6 seconds, maybe 5. You get to try to burn some beads, you get to pull some people in. It allows you to kill tanks and focus tanks. And right now, if you've noticed, supports, and even a lot of solos are building very squishy in their first 2 to 3 items. That means killing them is a big option and can be a priority for your team. And Dodgy sets that up perfectly for anyone not going beads. As well as just the fact that Dodgy does well into all these gods that have slows. You're seeing Bologna and Osiris played with Frostbound Hammer. Seeing a lot of mages with slows being played. Just works out, right? Works out. You're also seeing gods like Freya be prioritized into Smite again. Dodgy is one of 2 to 3 gods that hard counters Freya. Dodgy, Serket, and Bastet. The reason is they put bleeds up. The bleeds will finish Freya while she's in the air, or at least continue to do damage while Freya ults. And you're also able to jump on Freya and continuously do damage to her and kind of juke around what she does better than everybody else. So Dodgy, just killing it in the game right now. Remember, build smitesource.com. If you're wondering what the play style for Dodgy, it's very much just like every single assassin. Let your solo engage, your support engage, follow up onto the squishies, the mages, the hunters afterwards, and then you're in there, you're good to go. Use your ult to pull people back in, to avoid damage, to wait for your abilities to come back up. And that's the full rotation. You just rinse and repeat that on cooldown. Hopefully you guys are seeing the success that I'm watching it. A lot of people in my games have success with, what I'm having success with, and what just seems to do very well right now. Next up on the list, Dodgy's number 5. We saw some nerfs come in a patch the other day. This is one of the gods that got nerfed. Actually, a couple of the gods that got nerfed are going to be this top 5 list. Number 4 on our list is Mercury. Why Mercury isn't higher is because the consistency with Mercury really is dependent on how well you know this character, this god. He plays a lot different than all the other auto attack junglers or gods in the game. Plays a lot different from ability assassins in the game, and you have to be aware of that when playing him. He's very, I don't know, my dogs are barking, try to ignore that. He's very much go in, poke, look for the right opportunities, only full engage when you know there's a kill or you've got somebody dwindled down low enough, and you play around crit and 1, 2, or 3 autos, not continuous autos past that. You're kind of in and out, which is not normal for auto attack assassins. That's why Mercury is number 4 on the list. A lot of people struggle to implement that play style into how they jungle. Now, Mercury's got one of the best clearing, rotation type things in the game because of his 1 and because of Golden Blade. They did up the cost of Golden Blade. They did nerf his ultimate a little bit, and they did nerf the passive on Deathbringer. So Mercury got hit, 3 times in a row, and he's still doing great. Learn the play style. It will be very important to you doing Mercury right. Yes, you can win games by just W keying and playing off of crit, but that becomes way less common and way less consistent the higher you rank up. You need to learn that other playstyle. And then same with other assassins, you're still targeting the backline. Once you are full build, you do kill tanks very quickly though with the builds. You end up getting a lot of pen, plus the crit's going to do a lot. Try to target around spectral armor. So anyone building spectral armor is usually your last target to go for. Literally, you want to go for everyone else first. If you're doing that, you're going to see a lot of success. Builds on Smite Source, same as always. Number 3 on our list is Kleena. Yes, this is how apparently you pronounce it. It's Kleena. Not Cleodana, not Cledana, whatever. Kleena. Kleena is one of the few ability assassins that, despite being nerfed 4 million times, is still standing and still doing very well. There are some other ability assassins that will be honorable mentions, but we'll get to that in a second. Kleena's passive, being able to go on the wall, is one of the most unique and kind of surprise poke potentials in Smite. So master that when you start playing Kleena. That's gonna be key in the late game for you to get damage off without taking a lot of damage and being in and out of the walls quickly, so you don't get, you know, hurt by being inside the walls, because it does do damage to you. Outside of that, her scaling and her damage is nuts. If you've ever noticed, she's got very, very high damage on her abilities. I mean, the Banshee's Wail hits for 90 plus 40% scaling twice, and then 220 and 60% scaling at the end. So just off of base damage, we're talking about a lot of damage. And then the final hit, it slams. And then you're talking about 100% total scaling between the ability. It's nuts. Same with the 2. High base damage, pretty solid scaling. Also gives you movement speed. This allows you to stick to your target. Your 3, 130 damage plus 30% scaling, 290 flat damage plus 80% scaling. So if you got 110% scaling, not common. Being over 100 is very rare. And then a base damage of over 400 damage. These abilities hit very hard. That's not talking about the double ults that you have, which also have 90% scaling and a massive base of damage potential, and it slows. The damage is there. You lack CC. So with a god like this, you focus on farm and guaranteeing kills. Your ganks are not you setting up ganks most of the time. It's you following up with ganks, or you following through with damage and stuff that's already been done and CC that's already in the lane. Ganking your dual lane becomes very easy because your dual lane usually has the most CC. A lot of solo laners have CC, but dual lanes, 2 gods, lots of CC, ability for you to get off your damage. Play around that. Play around farming and getting to late game, getting as many items online. If you can stay ahead in terms of gold, you're gonna win your game when you play this god. Builds on Smite Source, playstyle similar to all the other ones, except for with gods like Dodgy, even Mercury, you're gonna go blink. You're gonna be able to blink engage. With Kleena, your 3 is your movement, and it is your biggest damaging ability, as we've talked about. Like, it's 110% scaling, over 400 base damage. You want to use this for damage. So your actives then shift away from engagement actives like blink, and you want to get an Aegis along with that beads. So when you do dash in, you do use your whole kit, you need to survive until they come back up or until you can go into a wall. Aegis is going to allow you to do that. That's the big shift in Kleena's playstyle. A lot of it is poking between your 2, your ult, and your 1, keeping that little bit of range and saving your 3 for either secures or just big burst when you're ready to full commit. But with Kleena, you do end up full committing a lot earlier and a lot easier, just because it feels right to go in. So you need that Aegis. Number 2 on our list, should not be surprised at all. This is actually one of the gods that ended up winning the new teams that were playing in the OTK tournament. If you saw that, great. If not, it was a community creator tournament for people that didn't really play Smite, like people that knew the bare minimum about Smite and started playing a week or maybe didn't play it at all before the tournament. Kali ended up being the star god on their team, their jungler. The final game at 15 kills. He was very much a new player. I don't think he could play ranked, way too low level, and that's why Kali is where she is. She's simple. Her kit is straightforward. Her mechanical, like her abilities aren't very mechanical outside of decision making. And it just makes her excel. Plus, she's an auto attack god that stays in and resets off of her passive. She gets all that HP back whenever she kills her target. The ult gives you death immunity for 4.5 seconds, making it very easy to get that passive off. You've got movement. And then blink and bead synergizes well with her as well, so you have good engagement. Builds on Smite Source, pure auto attack build. Literally, your job is to get onto a target, one that you can kill quickly, and just run through them as fast as possible while W keying and holding left click. Use your leap to catch people, use your leap to disengage, or use your leap to avoid damage. You've got your 3, which is going to give you a stun. So on your engagements, you'll look to 3, auto, 2, which will burst them down. I can't speak. Do a lot of damage. Auto again, and then just maintain those autos until you got to pop your Aegis or you're leaping somewhere. Sorry, not your Aegis. Pop your ult. You will not have Aegis. You'll have beads blink until you have to pop your ult to stay alive and then get that reset. She's just killing it right now. In overall Smite, she's been doing well for a long time. She's similar to Arachne at the lower levels because auto attack gods have this weird effect on people where when, Kali starts autoing these mages, these hunters in lower brackets, they turn and run. They don't try to kill you. They don't try to peel for each other. They literally all turn and run. That makes you get a free kill. Haste and Katana going to come into play and just make you run through targets. Play a lot of Kali to learn early auto attack style Smite. I would play Kali over Arachne. Arachne's a little bit more kind of awareness. You need a little bit more awareness. It is very easy to play still, but a little bit more awareness to play. Kali is just kind of, brain dead, run at people. Number 1 on the list, just nerfed in the last patch, Nemesis. Similar to Mercury, Golden Blade makes your clear nuts. Then outside of that, you have the ability to go ability build. You have the capability of running ability build, which is going to be, your Hydras for auto attack canceling, Erendite for continuous chase. You're going to still be able to go to the Bumba's Hammer, which will get you full CDR and pretty much just spam ability once you're in late game. You're going to pick up more damage out of a Heartseeker. You can go Kins if you want to go auto attack-ish. You can mix in these different items and they all work the same. You can kill tanks because of your ult and you can insta-kill mages because of your kit, pretty much. The 3... one of the most important parts of your kit reflects damage as well as absorbs damage up to 420 at max rank. So you pretty much just, take in 420 damage that the other person can't do. You reflect 200 of that and you heal on that as well. So you'll heal, your health will actually go up. Very good at continuously W keying and maintaining onto your target. You do not need any real movement of items outside of your Erendite because your ult is going to slow them. It's going to give you movement speed. This is going to give you movement speed. Your 2 is going to slow them. You're going to remove their protections. You're going to remove their HP. And you're just kind of sitting on your target getting free kills. It's so much burst damage that most people can't react to it. So get used to kind of just, getting close to somebody, ulting, autoing, 2ing, autoing, 3ing, autoing. There's the auto attack cancel at the kit, and it just excels very, very, very easily. If you're wondering about auto attack canceling, I've brought it up a couple times. I have a whole video on it. It's an older video, but auto attack canceling has never changed in Smite for 10 years. Doesn't matter how old the video is, auto attack canceling is the same as it always has been. Since we're talking about auto attack canceling, Nem was our number 1. I wanted to have 2 honorable mentions, which also do pretty much their whole kit off of auto attack canceling. It's Thor. He's number 1 on that. There's one of the 2 honorable mentions. He's killing it. He's a higher skill god, full ability build. Auto attack canceling is important because you're able to get off a lot of extra damage if you are auto attack canceling, but he just hits so hard all throughout the match now. And because we're in a meta where people are tankier and they live longer, a lot of these late game fights are not insta-deaths. There's a little bit of, duration to the fights. The fights are 10, 20, 30 seconds rather than, 2 to 3 seconds. So a god with multiple stuns in his kit and good range poke and kind of just the fear factor of where's Thor? Is he ulting? Is he coming in? We have to stay spaced out. Oh my gosh. Allows your team to play the game a little bit easier. So he's doing great. Remember, auto attack canceling on Thor. You slam on the ground, you auto, you 1, auto, you 2, you auto, and your full kit hits. It's a lot of damage. Outside of Thor, Susano is my other honorable mention. Only play Susano if you know how to auto attack cancel. If you've currently been playing a lot of Susano and you don't auto attack cancel while playing him, stop. It's literally pointless. I'm not trying to be rude or hurt your feelings, but on Susano, you do as much damage with your auto attacks as you do your abilities if you're auto attack canceling. So if you are not auto attack canceling on this god, you will never do what you saw your favorite pro player do. You will never you saw that streamer just one tap a mage in the mid lane. That's because of auto attack canceling. That is not because the abilities hit very hard. Abilities do hit hard. Don't get me wrong. You got 125% scaling on the ultimate. You've got really good movement, really good damage, continuous damage. You got CC. The auto attack canceling is so massive in the kit. You can literally auto throw your 3 out, which is hitting somebody. Like it's a tick damage. It's hitting. You can auto somebody, instantly teleports them and auto again in half a second. So you get 2 autos worth of damage off with a Hydra's proc, right, in there, as well as the 3 ticking. Similar to the 1 as well. You can 1 auto attack, 1 auto attack, 1 auto attack. That's 3 autos as well as 3 procs if you're 1. That damage is what makes the god good, not just the ability damage. Same with the 2. You can pull somebody in and all. You can auto pull somebody in, auto. Your ultimate's going to be hitting hard. That's going to be a big team fight factor, which makes you really good in the late game team fights. But the auto attack canceling is so key. If you aren't doing it, don't play this god, please. If you want to learn how to do it, go watch the auto attack canceling guide. I do it on Susano. I show you how to do it on Susano. I show you how to do it on Loki. I talk about, and I think I show it on Nemesis. It's just, Susano is like the auto attack canceling character in the game, where there are other gods like Dodgy, Nemesis. They get a lot of value out of auto attack canceling, and it can get you an extra kill. Whereas Susano, just, you have to auto attack cancel to play this character. It's completely worth it. That's my gods. Top 5 plus 2 honorable mentions that are doing very well. I hope you guys are slaughtering it in the jungle. If you aren't, or you're just missing out on something, ask in the comments below, or come in my stream and ask. I answer questions the whole time. You can, I play all these gods that you want to see. So I show you how to play it on there. Check it out. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button already. Make sure you're liking the videos, and I will see you in the video later tomorrow, the next day, and the next day.